Hey bestie, I'm Kenya and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining in for a plan with me. So bestie, we are going to be setting up my planner for the week, and y'all, I am using a dashboard layout. I haven't used one of these in so long, so we're gonna see how this goes. I wanted a challenge and I feel like this is the challenge. So if you want to see what I create, then you already know. Stay tuned. Okay, besties, so here we go. We got my dashboard all laid out nice and neat, ready for me to hook it up Kenya Doll Plan style. Now, I did choose the Woodland Seasons sticker book, and this is one of my favorite sticker books from the fall release that just came out from the Happy Planner and the 2024, planners, and these are the stickers that was coming with it. And so, y'all, I couldn't wait to use it. And then it had dashboard stickers in it, so I had to pull some of those along with some of the fall icon decorative stickers. I did pull a few functional boxes, as you can see, but I didn't feel like this book had a lot of them to choose from, at least not in different styles. And so I decided to pull out my Colorful Boxes Mega Sticker Book. And this one has some neutral stickers in it, some brown tone stickers in different shapes and sizes and things. So I figured that I could at least pull some just very basic boxes that wouldn't like disrupt the style of this Woodland Seasons sticker book, but still would kind of, go with it. So I'm going to leave that to the side so I can decide where I want to put those. Okay, y'all. So let's get into the plans. Okay, so first up, I always like to put down my larger stickers that are more on the functional side first, so I can kind of get a foundation to the spread. And I don't want this spread to be any different. Even though it's not my horizontal, I just feel like that's probably the best way for me to go. So I'm gonna put this larger dashboard cutout sticker on Saturday, and then I have another one, you guys, but that one in particular has like fall decor. This one, however, has like, I believe it's like the spring decor in this sticker book. But I like the colors, and I like that both of them had the grid markings. So I decided to just live with that, and then I can just white it out and find another like decorative sticker to like layer over it and to hide it. And that way, if I don't want to keep the other one, I have that option as well, even though it's fall related on Saturday. Now I am going to try to straighten this up, y'all, because I just feel like straighter stickers make it look neater. You're not perfect, but I try to get it as close as I could to as straight as possible is what I mean. Okay, so I did pull some of these skinny stickers. It had a whole page of this in the sticker book, and I was thinking that it would be perfect for this top section here in that little blank space to kind of notate what I'm using that section for. However, I didn't feel like it would be long enough, so I don't know. I'm gonna figure out something with that. And then next up, I'm thinking, well, what am I going to do with these decorative boxes, y'all? I really like the quotes on them, so that's why I pulled two of them. And one says, "Seasons change, and so do we." And the other one says, "New season, fresh start." And I just thought that would be perfect for, the first week of fall. And so, or the first few days of fall, I guess you could say. Fall officially starts this week. So that's what I mean. I am going to go ahead, though, and white out that little spot that I was talking about, because it's not necessarily fall related. And so we're going to put a pumpkin there. I just feel like this pumpkin was cute there. So I decided to go for it. And then that'll allow me to kind of like, sprinkle in some of the decorative stickers all throughout. I also kind of thought that this spread would be cute. There is a paper version of these stickers, but I chose the clear ones. But I think the paper ones would look really cute down the spine. So that's just the idea if y'all want to try that in your dashboard. And so here, you guys, I pulled these little mushroom larger sticker, and I just knew, I was like, it needs to go down in the note section, because here's the thing with the dashboard, you guys, or just here's the thing with me, period, and why I don't use a dashboard for my regular plans. I like freedom. Okay. And what I mean by freedom is I don't really like my planner telling me where to put things. Like, who said I wanted to put my task list over here to the side left? Okay. That's probably seems too much, but whatever. I kind of like to spread out my task, and I don't know. So, but I'm challenging myself to kind of give myself some structure and just see how I can kind of use a dashboard for my regular plans. I like to switch it up from time to time, you guys, because it keeps it fresh. It keeps me fresh. It keeps my design aesthetics fresh. I feel like something that I probably would try in another layout I wouldn't have thought of in my horizontal maybe. So now I can kind of see how I can add that into my tried and true staple. So that's why I'm kind of trying to switch it up. And y'all know I told y'all, if y'all watched my previous quarterly flip through, I told you guys that I wanted to try more layouts this quarter because I hadn't been doing that this year as much. So as you guys can see, I did love this quote, fall in love with life. I was just like, okay, that's just going to be my center. And y'all, at this point, I really feel a little bit more comfortable with decorating the right side of the spread versus the left side, because the other thing that I wanted to share with you guys is the one thing about having a planner that kind of tells you where things need to go, or just not that you have to use it like that, because that's the beauty of stickers and being able to reroute your planner if it is kind of on the bossy side. However, I wasn't sure of how I wanted to use all of these areas. And that's what I probably should have figured out before I started planning or I started decorating my planner. So that's a key tip, you guys. If you have not used the dashboard before, you probably want to go ahead and pre-prep yourself for how you want to use each individual section. That's something that I thought while actually trying to decorate this thing, like how I should have, what I should have done first. So I'm kind of doing it as I go. Like, okay, as you can see, I'm pulling this sticker here to label the little task list, because I'm like, well, I feel like I need about that many like slots for a task list this week. So that's gonna actually work. And as far as the right side, the reason why I felt a little bit more comfortable with this side was because I already knew I wanted clusters. So it really kind of didn't matter about how I laid it out on the days. But I also feel like, you know, the areas that I didn't do clusters, I could do bullet points. So it just felt easier. So now I'm seriously trying to figure out, okay, I know I need a cleaning list. I always put a cleaning list on my spread, so I don't want to skip that this week. And so I'm thinking maybe if I divide this task list up and use like the bottom portion for a cleaning list, or maybe like a to buy list. And that's why I'm like, y'all can see me counting the squares, like how many do I have? Would that work? And then you guys, I put it down and I was like, I don't really like that. I don't know if I really like it. And I feel like that's something that I should decide when I'm writing in it first, before I just like go ahead and decide that before the pen. And so I'm going to peel it up. And that's the beauty of this whole thing, you guys. If you don't like something at that moment, you don't have to, commit to that. So I'm going in another direction. Now here's where I'm going back and I'm like, okay, I really want to use these like decorative box stickers. So I'm trying to figure out a way. I'm like, maybe if I do something like this, and typically I don't like to put like two quotes next to each other. I like things spread out a little bit. But I was like, you know what? We're not doing typically. Maybe sometimes I need to switch things up. And that's the whole point of this spread, is to kind of like get a switch up and get a new feel for things. However, I still have my old ways, y'all. So I didn't like that. I pulled that right up too. Okay, so we're going to go into the book. And here's where I was like, yeah, I think I need some more boxes, just to kind of be able to give myself a little bit more flair. And then I thought, maybe these circles would be cute. So I'm going to pull a couple of those and just see if I can make that work. I feel like the dashboard cutout gives me a different shape already. And so maybe circles added to the mix would, make it even more interesting. So as y'all can see, I'm kind of playing around with it. And I was like, maybe if I cut them like half, like do a half circle look, that probably would be cute. But would that be enough for me to write in? I don't know. Then I was thinking maybe on the left side of the spread, because I don't have like a shape over here just yet. And then I just decide, like, we're going to keep it simple, like my first mind. And I'm just going to pull some regular boxes. And I'm going to put one on Tuesday, because I feel like every day, y'all, I could use a box. But I'm not going to, because I like to have it, like I said, spread out and balanced. And then so I'm going to put the other one on Friday. And I just feel like that looks good. Like, come on, right side, girl, you're coming together. And I'm happy about it. Okay, so here's where I was like, okay, some more icons will make it really, really cute. And I know you guys are probably like wondering, like, can you keep going from the left to the right? And that's just because I don't know yet. I don't know what to do with that left side. Comment below if y'all are like this too. If you don't typically plan in this layout, but when you try it, you're like, how do I want to use this? And it's not that I don't know how to use it, it's more so how I want to use it. That's the question. So I'm just going with what I already know. And then typically when I have that figured out, I can kind of figure out what looks right to me and what feels right. And so I decided to go ahead and white out that pre-printed design because I just felt like, I don't know, it wasn't matching the other one. And I did like these little mushrooms down there. The longer little mushrooms didn't work quite as well, but I can move them up here because I think they're cute right here on Tuesday on this little box. And then I was like, oh, I have this pine cone, so let me put him right here. I feel like that's cute, so I'm going to take my white out to give myself some like free space so it doesn't be interrupted by the box lines. And boom. Okay, and I like this, y'all. I think it's cute. It's not too much, but it's also still giving me like that decorative look, you know. I'm trying to keep it to where I can still like functionally use my spread, y'all. And so I'm finding that a little bit more difficult, but I have to remember, like when I'm planning in a dashboard, I don't necessarily need to put to-dos on the right side. The right side, I feel like it's just going to literally be my schedule and like important things that I need to remember throughout the day. Maybe. I say that it could very well be a task over there too, y'all. Y'all know how I do. And so I'm going to try to keep my tasks, though, in the long task list because I just feel like that's just the most common sense area for it. It's already there. Let's just use it. Even though I be wanting to go a little against the grain a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like put my boxes outside the lines and, you know, do all the other things that make it not so bossy. And so yeah, so here's where I decide I'm gonna add in some bullet points. And y'all, I did not use my checklist stencil for this because I was like, well, I want some more color, you know, and I felt like these would do perfectly fine. However, I do feel like in the after the pen I can put like a checklist stencil on Tuesday and Friday because I don't have anything else to like signify what those will be, like what's going to kind of separate up like the things that I have for those days. So I might just pull those in there. But for the point of this video, I'm just going to put these little green ones down. Okay, so I feel like this looks good, y'all. Like thumbs up this video if your girl is doing well. Okay, encourage me, please. Because the dashboard, for some reason, I was just like, oh, how am I going to use this thing? And then y'all, let me tell y'all another struggle mentality that I had when it came to the dashboard. I feel like when it comes to my horizontal, I have a lot of room, like so much room to write and just get it all out. I never feel like I'm going to run out of space in it. And I feel like when it comes to this layout and even the vertical layout, I feel like sometimes I'm like, am I going to have enough room to write everything that I need to write? And so that was my fear, but I'm still telling myself you don't have to put everything on the right side, even though it's the weekly days. You have that left side to kind of divide things up. So I'm hoping that I love this. I'm hoping that, you know, the week goes well. I'm pretty sure I will. I'm gonna try to have fun with it. And then also too, another thought was, is it gonna limit my after the pen creativity? Or am I going to just have to stick with it? Because y'all know I like to add in icons and stuff. And so this was a challenge, okay, bestie? I'm letting y'all in on the journey here, okay? This was definitely a challenge. So here we are to the other part of the challenging portion of the spread. Now, as y'all could have seen, y'all saw actually a double box sticker. I decided to trade in those two decorative box stickers for a double box sticker that basically said the seasons changed and so do we, quote, because I really like that. And so now I'm trying to decide where I want to put it. So I have these two remainder, like remember, and I believe the other one says priority or important. Maybe I think it says important, yes. And so I'm going to put these down in the note section, and I'm gonna try to utilize this note section in a functional way. And so this way it kind of eases my mind with the whole, like, am I gonna have enough room for everything? So I'm gonna try to divide this section up, almost kind of like a horizontal format, because you know you got y'all know how I talk about zone planning a lot. Well, you have your decorative portion of that area, you have your focus portion of that area with the two boxes, and then I can make a to-do list in the other area that's not together yet. So I was like, okay, we're in a good space. So I have I'm going to move my little decorative sticker up a little bit to see how much room do I need for the little checklist that I'm thinking about. And I'm thinking this will be great for my chore list. What I was going to put in the task area, I think this would make sense for it to go down here. So I'm at least give myself that option. If I change it later or when I get ready to write in my plans, then it's okay, because I mean, it's blank. I can use it for whatever. But I do like this big decorative sticker right here. So I was like, okay, now I feel like I'm getting somewhere with the left side. Okay, so now I want to figure out, what am I going to do with these circles, y'all, and the rest of these like decorative stickers. So I pulled this big mushroom and I'm like, ooh, I kind of like it right here. It still doesn't eliminate like writing space for me, and it's kind of goes. And then I was like, okay, these circles could go up here in this important section. Maybe if I did like a little cluster or something, I was like, I don't know, does that look funny? Maybe disconnect them and maybe put some like decorative stickers around it. I had this bigger mushroom here, and I was like, I don't know, it's kind of on the large side, and I didn't want too many large stickers on the left side versus the right, you know, because I feel like all the larger ones, if I would have put it there, would be on the left. And so here's where I was like, okay, maybe I should put it down on Sunday. Sunday is a little bit empty, but it's a little close to that box. Y'all, the whole process and thought process of how my brain works is like, I be literally going for balance. Okay, so to the naked eye, it looks good to me. And I don't know, it's a fun process to me that I like to do, designing the page. And so I'm like, okay, I think I love this here, so let me fix this. And I think I like it off the page too, like a little bit, like instead of like trimming that where it's cut off, I think I'm gonna let it go over and like connect the two pages just with that little element. There's nothing else connecting the two pages really, but I'm gonna leave that. And then I'm going to move this box up, I believe. I think that would work for my purpose. So let's see if I can get it up, y'all. I did not put these on wax paper, so hopefully I didn't. Yes, it's coming up. It loves me. It must be meant for me to move you on up. And so I'm going to move it up on Friday. And so that way it gives me a little bit of space in between that if I decide to put the mushroom down there. And I think the mushroom will work once I get this one centered properly. And so I'm still unsure about those circles though. I left one on the page because I was like, see if you hate it, you love it. And then y'all look at this mushroom. Okay, so here's the thing. I was thinking, okay, what do you have on Sunday, Kenya? Like literally think about your plans so you don't make sure you don't like lose white space. But I don't really, feel like I have too much to like plan out and everything. And like I said, I do have those other spaces that I kind of created for myself. So I'm going to use the full mushroom. I'm not going to cut much of it off because I like the look that it gives. And so now I got to figure out those circles, bestie. I got my thinking fingers going. Okay, so let's put one up here. Okay, let's just see. Okay, the cluster to me looks weird. Not even gonna hold y'all. It looks so weird. I'm like, girl, see if you can dress it up now. Just keep dressing it up. But to make yourself try to like it. And I was like, oh, maybe if I just put some little fall decor around it, and I'm gonna tell y'all what I think is throwing me off. The task list is so blank right now. It needs something in it. And it's making me feel off-centered in a way. Like a little bit in a seesaw formation, like just off. And so I was like, I don't know if I like this. So I did try to add something to the little mushroom down because I wanted to use all of these little fall icons to deck out the page, but it just really didn't look balanced to me. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up this acorn because I was like, well, I can at least keep just leaves and I can put the acorn down here. I feel like it'll look cute next to this mushroom, and it does. So I was happy about that. Okay, now as far as these leaves, I like the one where I kind of have it like over the important because I can put a label there and have the leaf like behind the label. That would be really cute. And then I can leave the other one in this catty cornered from it, like across from it. I can leave it down there as well. Now, as far as these circles, I was still trying to see if I could just fall in love with it like that. But no, it just looks weird to me, y'all. I'm trying to make it happen. And I'm like, it's not happening. It's not happening. So we're going to pull them up. And we're going to see what else we can do. And this one I kind of stuck down a good bit, so we got to kind of be careful. But it came up pretty nice, pretty easy. And then here, y'all, I'm like, rewind. Maybe I just need to move it. Y'all was working real hard with these circles. And I'm like, no, they look weird. You're right. Pick them up. Okay. All right. So we're done with the circles. Okay. We're just going to be done with it. And we're going to go ahead and do what I was thinking. We're going to slice this one down the middle so I can kind of have the pages separated again. So boom, y'all see, kind of, I don't know, that probably doesn't even make a difference, but I wanted to save it. And I felt like cutting it off completely would look a little weird too, so I was okay with that. So now I'm gonna go in and try to find a label to label over my leaf, because I just feel like that's cute now, you know. And I have those other little leaves that I could still use somewhere, but I just feel like this is gonna be my jam. So here I was like, well, I've used these other ones. Do I want to use it over here and not necessarily on the important side? And once again, it was still weird to me that the white space was, you know, not long enough or too long for that sticker. And I thought it would be a little bit different because I had other stickers down on the page, but it still bothered me. So I'm going to leave that blank and just maybe use like a pen or something to kind of label that instead of trying to use a sticker. And I'm not going to use the long sticker for the important section. I'm flipping through the sticker book to see what else I can find that makes sense, y'all. And so I did come across these little flags and I was like, ooh, I can use those and after the pen also. So that might be a thing. And so I might use those. And I was like, oh, these little half circles might be cute, but that might cover up too much. And then I thought, well, I have this little label. It says get it done. Now, here's the thing about that. I don't know what I'm using this section for just yet, y'all, in my planner. Because I feel like I already have a task list. It's basically get it done. But I like that it's, you know, cream and not green or orange. So I'm just going to use it. And I'm going to white out behind it because it wasn't going to go over enough for me to still give the effect of the, you know, little leaf there. So we're going to put get it done. Maybe that should be my chore list. I don't know. I don't know yet, y'all. We'll see. So here's where I say, well, I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of bullet points to Sunday just so it's kind of decked out too. And then that way, all I have to figure out is what I want to put on Tuesday and Friday. And I'm thinking, like I mentioned earlier, the checklist stencil would come in handy for that if I don't want to do too many stickers. Or I could use those flags. That could be a thing. And I can use the checklist for the little note section down at the bottom. That's a whole thought. So we can see how after the pen goes. Now, as far as this little top section, I kind of wanted something up there. And then in my little task list, I was like, they just look so blank. So I think I'm going to live with the task list because once I write in it, it will be fine. And then if I don't use all of the area, I can add more stickers later. And so now I'm just thinking, well, just find something for the top portion of that little top section on the right side of the spread. What do we call this section? Like, I use the dashboard, y'all. I use it every week. Okay, let me say that first. And that may be another reason why this was kind of throwing me off, because I'm trying to use it for my plans versus I use it for social media. And so I use this for my video schedule, this little section up here. So I'm like, what do I want to put it for? Like, do I need to like monitor something else? Like, I don't know. Maybe work schedule. Maybe that would be good. That might be good. Maybe I can just put like my office days versus my content creator days and just, or the two schedules or time slots. That might be how I do it. I don't know. But I decided to just go for that little quote. And then I'm going to add in the rest of these little leaves because I was just determined to use all these floral, I say floral, y'all, not floral, leaf icons or leaf decorative stickers. Okay. I feel like I should be done, right? Like, I have all of the sections. I kind of got it like mapped out to use functionally, but it's still decorative. And hopefully I can, you know, write in each space. I got plenty of room to like add in checklists and divide up all the things. This dashboard though would be really great for like a person that kind of needs to like compartmentalize stuff. Yes, I would highly recommend the dashboard for that. And honestly, the decor it's gonna fall together once you write in it. And that's what I should have just told myself from the beginning, girl. Just get the stickers down and have fun with it. All right, bestie, that's it for this video. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please like this video and share it with a friend, and subscribe, bestie, so you don't miss any of my other future videos. And thank you for being so sweet and so kind. Definitely comment and let me know, do you use a dashboard? So yeah, until next time, I love ya. Bye.